that he's had. So round of applause for Greg, please.
So my question to Greg is, over the years, you've been with us for quite a while, and you've worked on every project we've had since Shattered. How has the band evolved during that time? You know, what you've been experiencing? Here, you can use this mic.
You know, it's funny. I would say if I just compared Shattered to California, let's say, or to Knocking at Your Door or Miss You All the Time, Shattered was, you know, here's some ideas, like Mark said, here's a couple of chords and melodies, and then you guys just ran with it and finished it. I didn't produce it, I just heard it, and I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good. Like, that was O.A.R. then. It was like a different machine. And then now it's like you guys come in, we write a verse, we listen to it next day, see if it's still good. We write a lyric, change a lyric. It's a craft. So before it was a little bit like just gun and go, and now we're just crafting songs, coming back 3 days later, not afraid to say, that kind of sucks. Yeah, I know we were all high-fiving 2 days ago, but it doesn't sound good today. And so I think just O.A.R. kind of changed its approach to songwriting and saw it more like the way the classic songs are written. They're not, some are lightning bolts, like Shattered, and some are just roll up your sleeves and make sure it passes the test. So days later in the band, everyone just still loves it, and it ages well. That's how we say it. Is it aging well? That's the main difference to me.
From the audience here, I'd love to hear a question. Grant, you want to give?
Go ahead. What was the toughest song you had to make on the album that took the longest? By the way, you guys are the best. Tonight's my 99th show. Thank you for everything.
St. Louis High School football rule. It's been a ride. Look, we work hard, like we all work hard, right? Everything we all do, we work hard, you know, or you figure out a way to do work so it's not so hard. Okay, we get in there, we want to make sure that every song is a challenge, because if it comes too easy, you probably didn't spend enough time on it. These songs took a year to make. We wrote the first lyric of Miss You All the Time in February of 2018. And you thought, all right, we got it. Let's go. Let's make an album. That record label said, let's go. And then it takes about a year. And so the entire thing was a challenge that you look forward to figuring out and fixing and making better. And it's work you look forward to. And I can't really decide on one song that was more challenging than another, because they all had their individual challenges. For instance, Be Easy, Are You For Real, Nantucket Is Gone. They were finished within the last 48 hours of this entire project. I mean, the label's saying we got a deadline, and we're in there. I lose my voice. We have 24 hours to go, and I still haven't cut vocals on 2 songs.
Wow.
Pom Pom, thankfully, you saw her before. She was able to take time with me and edit these vocals and make them work. So you run into shit like that where, like, you get sick. No one cares that you're sick. They need the songs, they need it done. So the challenges were not the songs themselves, but making sure they were good, they were proper. And when you put out an album, you want to be proud of it. I'm not going to put something out that wasn't challenging. So they're all challenging.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Tell us about your album cover.
So the album cover was not like this at first. The first idea that came back, and this artist in Australia had a few things he was known for. It was this wandering character in the desert, this person doing this, and then I saw this elephant. I said, what's more mighty than an elephant, you know? Why can't we just use that as our symbol for now? Because we kind of feel like we put in some work through the years, and we feel like our foundation is strong. It could have easily been the Brooklyn Bridge. It could have been anything with a strong foundation. But the elephant seemed to be something that just kind of was friendly. And I don't know, it just seems nice. It puts me in a good mood. You know, I don't know about you, but that's a happy elephant. You know what I mean? And the reason we got the mighty O.A.R. is because we were playing at Red Rocks, and Richie Sambora comes on stage, and he's like the greatest guy ever, and such a sweet, sweet guy. But he's unscripted, and you cannot predict anything he does at any point in time. And he just grabs the mic, and I'm turning around talking to Richard, and I hear, "Hey, everybody, what's up?" And I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what's gonna happen right now. And he goes, "Let's hear it for the mighty O.A.R." And it clicked, and that was 2 years ago. And I just said, you know what, that's the album, that's the vibe, That's what we're going for. At some point in time, you got to be proud of who you are, what you represent, and what you've done, and just put it out there. And if people like it, great. If they don't like it, great. So that's what the elephant's like. The elephant walk in the room and is like, fuck everybody here, I'm an elephant. Right? And that's kind of what we feel like.
Awesome. Anyone have another question? Anybody? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So the song California, can you talk about like who wrote that? Like as the parent of like a teenager, like it's so exactly what we're going through. And like I know you don't have like teenage kids yet. So.
No. But it
Who
is
inspired that? Which teenager?
No, teenagers seem very difficult. Not you specifically, because I don't know you, but you look like you're cool. You're not a problem or anything, but in general, teenagers are a problem. I was a huge problem. So when I heard that my brother-in-law wanted to go to California and work on his music and didn't want to go to college and didn't want to do the regular thing that everybody wanted him to do, his parents said, okay, cool, we got your back. I thought that was really sweet. But then it turned into, what if your kid comes up to you and says, I want to love this person over here, and that's not the person you thought I was going to love, and I want to dress like this, I want to do this, I want to do that. Well, cool, I got your back. So that's the idea behind California, is that regardless of what your kid wants to do, needs to do, how they express themselves, who they want to love, where they want to live, you have to support that. So I thought that was a really nice message, and we thought California was like the ultimate representation of everyone who says, I'm out, Mom, I'm leaving, I'm going to Cali, and I'm going to sell stuff, you know.
The cool thing about California, I want to mention something, is Mark, you know, we were probably at like month 6, right? And just so you guys know, it's not, 12 months of every day we're banging our, it's, Mark's like, I got to go on tour for 3 weeks. I'll see you guys in 3 weeks. So a lot of that is part of the process, but he came in one day, we had written 6 songs at this point. He said, and it's funny, when you throw songs out more than you keep ideas, you start to get in this place where you let the sort of room tell you what's happening. You trust your partners, your collaborators. And he walked in, he goes, I got this thing, I don't know if it's any good. And he just sat down and he played for me and Jesse. Yes, I'm going to California. And I was like, magic alert. You just know when you hear something. So that was a lightning bolt moment, I thought. He only had the chorus, but it was done. He had the line about keep your chin tucked just like I taught you. I was like, that's a magical line. I have a 3-year-old son, so to me, I was telling my 3-year-old son, you're telling your teenager, he's talking to his brother-in-law, and you just, to really, then it was Jesse and I and Pom Pom were like, okay, how do you not fuck this up? Songs like that are really about getting the hell out of the way and kind of letting him just sort of channel what he's got and finishing it. So it was nice. It's nice to have some songs that don't feel like work. And that one didn't. And when they just played it there, and you guys heard when you hear Richie playing the guitar, it just feels effortless. Something about it just, certain songs are just like that. It's great. Those are usually pretty
It's a great
special
song.
songs.
Great song.
And I have a teenager, and she certainly marches to the beat of her own drum. And that song says everything I would ever want to say to her. What I would want her to grow up to be and go out into the world and be. So I still can't get through that darn song without getting the feels to get a little misty. Oh, yeah. Next song.
One thing I just had a flashback. The breakdown in that song, if you guys have listened, go listen back to the sort of breakdown verse where he says, hey son, what's the lyric?
Like, live with the angels.
Live with the angels, love who you wanna. I miss you just like your mama. Call if you wanna. That was all one take, ad-lib. He wrote those lyrics as he was singing them. And we were like, did you just do that? You just saved us 4 days of work. He improvised that whole thing. I'm not just saying, literally, and we didn't even re-record it. So that was literally him writing that whole section. And I was like, every line I was like, is he gonna nail the next line? So, because it's like, you're so worried about it rhyming, but at the same point, he actually just said something so from the heart. That's why I think those lines are probably the best lines in the song. So that was another, it's just one of those songs, just probably because it was so personal, you kind of can't go wrong.
Improvs are the best,
Go ahead.
Mark. Always.
Of all the unreleased songs that you've had over the years, what made you guys pick Are You For Real to come back on a studio album?
Probably you and goddamn messages on every single Twitter and Instagram. You know, why don't you guys ever play that song? This is how it goes. We go out there, we get a sound check, we play a song. We're like, this is good, let's play it tonight. We play it that night, you guys are like, hey, that was pretty good. And we go back and go, that was awful, we gotta redo this. And then over time you realize, hey, it wasn't awful. This is like straight from the gut. And that's a song that we knew that the fan base wanted to hear. So we had yet to record it properly. We wanted to record it properly for our fan base. And that's where that song came from. It's a song about at night when you can't sleep and you are questioning yourself, are you for like, all the questions in that song, all the lyrics is the anxiety at night, not letting you sleep. And at the end of the song, it feels pretty good, you know, because you finally said, I don't need that in my life, right? So that's what the song's about, but it's because of you guys. Yeah.
Nice. What's the next radio release off this album?
The next single actually came out, I think, today at the O.A.R Summit out in California, and we taped it at the Kelly and Ryan studio called Knocking at Your Door.
Nice.
So we're gonna have that out on the radio. Very exciting.
Oh.
Hey guys, just want to say, my friend Andrew and I have been seeing you and listening to you for 20 years.
Yeah.
And you're still going. One question maybe for everybody would be, what song are you most looking forward to playing out on tour this summer?
I'm probably most excited to play a song called Oh My.
Yeah.
Success.
All right. Love it.
Turn It Up for me is like hands down. Once I heard the outline of that song, I was sold, and immediately I was just thinking of how can I write the perfect guitar part for this song without ruining it. So that's my jam.
Nice.
And I want to say about that, we're going to make a video for Turn It Up Slow. Not because it's a radio song, but it's an 80s song, totally, and we dove right in. And we're going to go to Highland Park near Chicago, where they filmed like Breakfast Club and License to Drive and all those great. And we're just going to remake an 80s movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where we're not the kids in it. We'll be the angry parents probably. Get off my lawn and all that, or the principal or something. But we are going to do that. And I'm looking back there, and you got to be in it, man. I got to get you in that movie, man. You looking good. You be the star. But yeah, that just reminded me. That's Richie's song.
Greg brought like 16 candles up on the big screen while we were tracking to that song. Just to get the vibe.
I love
exactly.
it. It's awesome.
Speaking of movies, so Bohemian Rhapsody was a hit. The Motley Crue movie that's out on Netflix is a hit. When they made a movie about O.A.R, who's going to play you guys?
That's a good question. That's the best question. I mean, Leo. No, I'm trying to think of anyone as good looking as Leo, but I can't. All right, that's a great question. Jerry, why don't you start?
I know Richard Grieco's going to play bench. That's all I know.
I was going to say Wilmer Valderrama.
Rami will play Mark.
Who?
Rami.
Rami? All right, I'll take it. Sure. Seems a successful guy. Didn't he fall at the Oscars, though? He did. Not though, I'm just saying, like, in addition to. Just remind me, that's solid, And he's a nice guy. No, that was like me just talking for no reason.
One of my most proud moments about this record is bringing in folks like Jesse and Pom Pom into the mix. With Pom Pom, one, it's always great to have a female perspective, so we certainly appreciated that. She grew up in Cincinnati, grew up on some O.A.R, and here she is helping O.A.R create new O.A.R. So Jesse, co-wrote a lot of stuff on the record with Greg's team and Mark. What was your first experience with O.A.R, and how did we come into your life? How did you come into our life? Let's put it that way.
Well, O.A.R came into my life a long time ago. As a chubby 13-year-old at summer camp, whenever I picked up a guitar, I Feel Home was always the first song I would play.
Yeah. What camp?
So,
what camp?
It's called Sky Lamar, but that's
I didn't go that
product. But yeah, so I was always an O.A.R fan, and then when I started working with Greg full time, it was one of the first projects I got to work on, so it was immediately, like I was definitely nervous, like, oh my God, I'm actually working with an idol. But Mark is literally the easiest guy I've ever worked with, while still maintaining, very perfection on every song. And he'd come back on the same song day and day and day, and we just, it's very fun to start songs. It's less fun to like dwell on that one lyric that's killing you for 6 hours, but we would do that. So it's been an amazing experience, and very happy to be a part of it.
That's Jesse Fink, man. This guy makes crazy songs, man. He's great.
Cool. Anybody else from the audience have a question?
I have bought tickets to Red Rocks this year, so it's my first time going. I'm really excited. I was just wondering, is there a place that you guys haven't played yet that you really want to play, or you're already playing at?
That's a great idea. We haven't played, I think, in a while. Played Shoreline in a while, right? So I want to get back to Shoreline out west. You guys have anything that we're missing out on?
I mean, I think one of my favorite theaters is the Fox Theater in Boulder, Colorado. Speaking of getting out to Red Rocks, there was one year I think we did Red Rocks and then went to the Fox, a small spot, but really vibey and intimate. As much as we get to play the really large places, there's something special about, like this being up close and personal.
What about the Gorge? Let's get back to the Gorge. Camp out for a couple days.
What about Gorge? We love the Gorge. I mean, when you're there with like Dave Matthews Band, or we were there with Ziggy Marley, we were there with some very fun bands. That's an experience. You can't.
All right.
The thing with the Gorge though is you guys are looking at the view and we're not seeing it because we're looking the other way. And we're just doing our job. So the Gorge is a fun hang, but I think as far as view goes, Red Rocks, Madison Square Garden is obviously
let's get back to the Garden.
and we will. And we have plans of doing that. So I'm not going to tell you when, but we're working right there. I appreciate you all if you come, but you have to buy like 12 to 14,000 tickets.
Done.
Yeah, done. Good.
Jerry, would you ever do extended stay again? You guys would be up for that again?
Yeah, we would like to figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was a lot of fun to do.
That's great.
We got to put that on the calendar at some point.
Do you have any help?
I actually asked Twitter for a couple questions, so I figured we'd ask that. So the first one, which I think is a pretty important one regarding "Miss You All the Time," is, and what or who is the inspiration behind that song?
So the song "Miss You All the Time" was written about my friend Billy Mitchell, who a few years ago, he was tragically killed in D.C. in the street, defending a stranger. And there was a lot of other things around that were very personal to me and our crew, our people. And this wasn't the first time we'd lost somebody tragically, but this was certainly at the time, the most recent, and just could not believe this was happening again. But it took a few years to unpack that. I didn't know how I wanted to discuss this. I didn't know if I wanted to even discuss it. But over the years, I realized that I hadn't paid tribute to him. And I hadn't paid tribute to what he did. And the only way I knew how to do that was through a song. I mean, I literally cannot sit up there and do a speech or go to the house. I felt like I needed to kind of write it. And the lyrics came very quickly, and we knew what we were writing about. We were writing about somebody who put another person's safety in front of their own and paid the ultimate price right there in the street, and it was crazy. But while we were creating this song, another one of our friends was gone, just like that. And we realized, listen, we're not going to sit here and cry about this song. We're not going to cry about everything. We're not going to mourn it. We're going to celebrate these folks' lives and celebrate their memories and celebrate everything they gave to us. And that's what the song is, you know? I mean, we play it this morning on a morning talk show where everything is bright, happy, and, right? And you're singing a song that could be a sad song, but it's not. It's a celebration. So it was written out of respect for somebody's bravery and all the good times they gave us, and it wasn't about crying. It was about maybe smiling a little bit. So that's where the song came from.
Next question?
Are you guys going to do a cruise?
Cruise.
That's a great. We've been going over the cruise question for a long time. Our whole thing is like we O.A.R. and like we avoided the O.R. thing forever, but now I just kind of want to lean into it a little bit and just do the cruise already. You know what I'm saying? And so we will. We're going to build something out. We love what Train does. We love what Americraft. That was a lot of fun.
You should join Train this year.
Train doesn't know me. They don't need us. They're the greatest. They're doing their own thing. But we do love what they're doing. So I think that there's something in there for us to do, and we're working on it.
I saw this one on Twitter, and it made me curious myself. All Because of You. How did that evolve into the song it is today from what it was on Evolution of a Song?
So that question, when I saw it, I didn't even know that it was on Evolution.
Yeah, me too. I was like, it's on Evolution of a Song?
I think originally I wrote that song. Alan Stone is like a great artist, y'all know. We sat down in a room and started writing this song called All Because of You one day. We never really finished it, never went anywhere with it. The title stuck with me, I loved it. My wife said, you need a song that is like a first dance song. And with 2 weeks left in the recording, we wrote the chorus of it, and then these guys, we sat in the room and wrote the verse. I mean, it was done within 2 days. It was a live performance, basically, recording. The song evolved very quickly. It's supposed to be first dance. You're with your significant other, and nobody else matters. That's what the song is. So the evolution of it, I'm not sure, because it did happen recently and very quickly. So anything prior to that was unrelated. But it does remind me that how great Alan Stone is. That guy's incredible.
You say first dance, but we just had our 27th anniversary, and it was totally relevant because 7 years after.
Oh, thank you very much. Congratulations. Good job. 27 years.
Wow.
Ew.
It's coming, Mark. It's coming.
You can clap. That's good. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's just hard. Any other questions out there, y'all? We do have a great experience in here tonight. Please come in here, take some pictures. The reason why we did this was because we wanted you to see literally, we went to the studio and moved all this stuff over here today. This is kind of what we do. You know, everyone has their job, their world. This is what we do. We sit in rooms like this and create something out of nothing. So have a seat, relax, see if something hits you. In the next room over there, we've got this amazing 360-degree audio that Sony is putting together that is amazing to listen to the album surrounded by the music. You can check out some photos from the tour, from the world by Greg Berg. Mostly just thank you so much for being here. Guys, you want to say anything before we go? Any message?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Benj.
Benj had a mini Benj. Definitely looks like his little evil twin, no doubt about it. And I just want to say this is, for me, amazing working with the guys, the best collection of songs that I've been involved with, from Shattered to Peace to Heaven. We've done a lot of good songs together. This is the best collection. This was the first time Mark said, I have to make a record that is, we have to throw out every song until we have 10 great songs. Let's do this like a team. If the team says it's not good, it's not good. Nobody's gonna get married to anything. And moments happen like lightning bolt, like California. All Because of You was a song that he came in with just a title, and he played some chords and started singing. That was another one. We were like, it sounded like a first dance song. It sounded like a 50th anniversary song. It just sounded like one of those songs, and it's definitely one of my top 2 or 3 on the record. And so I think this is, we always were working trying to get that one song, the Shattered again, which Peace was an unbelievably great song. This was the first time we said, let's try to get as close to 10 of these as possible, which is, it's very hard to do. If artists could do it, they'd all do it all day long. And it's you have to write a lot of songs to write 10 good ones. And so thank you guys for being.
No, Greg
patient with the
Wattberg, I mean,
process.
literally, this is the Godfather right there. This dude, he's being so humble, but he's like straightened this band out in so many ways and given us everything, from a place to record to a place to write. Never requires any sort of like begging or anything. Please let us in the studio. He's like, come on in, man, let's work. So you need partners like that. And it's Richie Sambora's fault, because when he said The Mighty, and we were like, that's the album title, and then you can't have a shitty album, you know what I mean? So I knew we really got to pound away at this thing, and we did. So I hope that y'all enjoy it. We're going to play it a bunch here tonight. But I'm just really proud to be part of a band, because I don't know, I see bands everywhere, and I love that culture, but to be in a band feels like you're in the clubhouse, you're in that little crew of friends, and you know, in it's like Stranger Things. I see that, and I'm like, oh, that's like we grew up doing that, riding around the neighborhood. I rode to the band practice on my bike every Tuesday and Thursday at Chris's house. So to still be doing that is an honor, and the reason we're able to do that is because you guys support the hell out of us. So we do know that, we appreciate that very much, and that's why we recorded some songs like Be Easy and Are You For Real, and things like that that y'all have made sure that we know you enjoy. So it really is a collaboration. That's what this entire thing is about, is to let you know that this is a collaborative effort, and there's a lot of players involved. We wish Pom Pom was here so y'all could meet her, but when she's out at the show, please say hello. She's busy making records out in California right now. So Jesse, Greg, y'all are the greatest. Thank you so much. Much love, respect. So, yo, hang out, do your thing. Put on some music, let's have some drinks. Oh, you know what? No, the most important thing, at the end of every record, you have to have a toast. We didn't do it yet.
Yeah.
No, we weren't together at the time, so we need all of us in on the toast. Can we get some drinks out here? Let's get some drinks. Let's do a big toast, because we haven't really officially ended this whole process yet. So, y'all feel into that? Okay, let's do it.
Who's got the drinks?
I see one beer. I'm gonna need at least 4. Yeah. This jacket, my wife gave it to me and told me to wear. Where'd she get it? I don't know. Just shows up. Can we get one for everybody else or no? Oh, okay, good. All right, bring them out. What is it? Oh, nice. For everybody here? Right? Can we bring out a ton of them for everybody? Yeah, bring out a ton of them. Yeah, just pass them out. Yeah, go, grab a beer. And we're gonna get a nice picture from our friends up top, so we're all gonna kind of get this.
Sweet.
Yeah, great. Grab as many as you can. Y'all just bring them all out. Pass some beers around. Let's go. Eric, I see you, man. Like we literally were gonna do the toast a month ago, but we said, why don't we wait until we have something to celebrate? So just pass them out. Yeah, anyone who wants. You don't have to have one if you got a thing going on, but let's go.
He never drinks. I don't drink.
Sorry, tonight you do. You got enough? It tastes so good.
It tastes so good. I'm gonna toast them all.
Hey Anthony, can you grab a bunch of them and just bring them out? Can you just bring out a bunch of beers? Hey Janine, bring some beers out. Kona Brewing Company, by the way. Thank you very much, Kona. Jeff, can you grab a bunch of beers and bring them out for everybody? Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was really good.
Hey, don't break no one's
Went straight over there.
I almost fell.
And by the way, I know you guys, it's like a Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You could easily be at home. Thank you so much for being here with us on this one. Oh, look, that looks good. Let's go, more. Bring more out. Everyone good? It's gonna look good.
Everybody sit down.
You don't have to drink. You don't have to.
Peer pressure. Peer The bit that was scared of you.
All right, who wants this one? Can we get one back? Get one back to Kevin. Yeah. The last one. All right, everybody turn around to the cameras. Salud. Thank you so much for having us, y'all. The mighty O.A.R. appreciate you more than anything in the world. Here, here. Woo! All right, thank you. Put on some music, y'all. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.